on heads. Proclaim! Cry it about the streets!
Now step to the common cry and cry out liberty, freedom, and enfranchisement!
People and senators, be not affrighted. Ambition's debt is paid!
Go to the pulpit, Brutus.
And Cassius, too.
And where is Antony?
Pledge his house, amazed. Men, wives, and children stare, cry out, and run as if it were doomsday.
Fates, we will know your pleasures. That we will die, we know. 'Tis but the time and drawing days out that men stand upon.
Why, he that cuts off 20 years of life cuts off so many years of fearing death.
Grant that. And then is death a benefit. So are we Caesar's friends that have abridged his time of fearing death? Stoop. Romans. Stoop. And let us bathe our hands in Caesar's blood up to the elbows and besmear our swords. Then walk we forth even to the marketplace, and waving our red weapons o'er our heads, let's all cry peace, freedom, and liberty.
Well, stoop then, and wash. How many ages hence shall this our lofty scene be acted over, in states unborn, in accents yet unknown?
How many times shall Caesar bleed in sport, that now on Pompey's basis lies along, no worthier than the dust?
So oft as that shall be, so often shall the not of us be called the men that gave their country liberty.
What shall we forth?
Aye, now every man away. A Brutus shall lead, and we will grace his heels with the most boldest and best hearts of Rome.
But here comes Antony. Welcome, Mark Antony.
Mighty Caesar, dost thou lie so low? Are all thy conquests, glories, triumphs, spoils shrunk to this little measure? Fare thee well. I know not, gentlemen, what you intend. Who else must be let blood? Who else is rank? If I myself, there is no hour so fit as Caesar's death hour, nor no instrument of half that worth as those your swords, made rich with the most noble blood of all this world. I do beseech ye, if you bear me hard. Now, whilst your purpled hands do reek and smoke, fulfill your pleasure. Live 1,000 years. I shall not find myself so apt to die.
Oh, Antony, beg not your death of us. And though now we must appear bloody and cruel as by our hands, this, our present act, you see me do, and yet see you but our hands, and in this bleeding business they have done. Our hearts, you see not. They are pitiful, in pity towards the general wrong of Rome. As fire drives out fire, so pity hath done this deed on Caesar. As for your part, to you, our swords have leaden points, Mark Antony. Our arms in strength of malice, in our hearts of brothers' temper, to receive you in with all kind love, good thoughts, and reverence.
Your voice shall be as strong as any man's in disposing of new dignities.
Now, only be patient till we have appeased the multitude beside themselves with fear. And then we will deliver you the cause. Why, I that did love Caesar, when I struck him, and thus proceeded.
I doubt not your wisdom. Let each man render me his bloody hand. First, Marcus Brutus, will I shake with you. Next, Caius Cassius, do I take your hand. Now Decius Brutus, yours. Now yours, Metellus. Yours, Cinna. My valiant Casca. Yours. Gentlemen, all, alas, what shall I say? My credit now stands on such slippery ground that one of two bad ways you must conceit me. Either coward or flatterer. That I did love thee, Caesar. Oh, 'tis true. If then thy spirit look upon us now, let it not grieve thee dearer than thy death to see thy Antony making his peace, shaking the bloody fingers of thy foes. Oh, most noble, in the presence of thy corpse.
Mark Antony, I blame you not for praising Caesar so. But what compact means you to have with us?
Before I took your hands, it was indeed swayed from the point by looking down on Caesar. Friends, am I with you all, and love you all, upon this hope that you should give me reasons why and wherein Caesar was dangerous.
Or else were this a savage spectacle. Our reasons are so full of good regard that were you, Antony, the son of Caesar, you should be satisfied.
That is all I seek. And moreover, suitor, that I may produce his body at the marketplace.
You shall, Mark Antony.
Brutus, a word with you. I do not consent that Mark Antony should speak in his funeral. Know you not how much the people will be moved by that which he may utter?
By your pardon, I will myself unto the pulpit first, and give the reason of our Caesar's death. What Antony shall speak, I will protest he speaks by leave and by permission, and now we are contented. Caesar shall have all true rights and lawful ceremonies. It shall advantage more than do us wrong.
I know not what may fall. No, I like it not.
Mark Antony, here, take you Caesar's body. You shall not, in your funeral speech, blame us. Speak all good you can devise of Caesar. You say you do it by our permission, else you shall have no say at all about his funeral, and you shall speak to the same pulpit whereto I am going after my speech is ended.
Be it so. I do desire no more.
Prepare the body then, and follow us.
Pardon me, O bleeding piece of earth, that I am meek and gentle with these butchers. Thou art the ruins of the most noble man that ever lived in the tide of times. Woe to the hand that shed this costly blood. Over thy wounds, now do I prophesy. A curse shall light upon the limbs of men. Blood and destruction shall be so in use, and dreadful objects so familiar that mothers shall but smile when that they behold their infants quartered with the hands of war. Oh, pity, choked with custom-built deeds, and Caesar's spirit ranging for revenge shall end these confines with a monarch's voice cry heaven! And let slip the dogs of war! And this melting shall smell above the earth with carrion men groaning for burial. Of Octavius Caesar, do you not?
I do, Mark Antony.
Caesar did right for him to come to Rome.
He did receive his letters and his coming, and did me say to you by word of mouth, "Oh, Caesar!"
Thy heart is big. If you heart weep. Passion, I see, is catching from mine eye. Seeing those beads of sorrow stand in thine, began to water. Is thy master coming?
He lies tonight within 7 leagues of Rome.
Post back with speed and tell him what hath chanced. Here's a morning Rome, a dangerous Rome. No Rome of safety for Octavius yet. Hide hence and tell him so. Yet, stay a while. Thou shalt not back till I have borne this corpse into the marketplace. There shall I try, in moderation, how the people take the cruel issue of these bloody men, according to the which thou shalt discourse to young Octavius of the state of things. Lend me your hand.
Then follow me and give me audience, friends. And public reasons shall be rendered of Caesar's death.
The noble Brutus descended! Silence!
Friends, countrymen, and lovers, hear me for mine cause, and be silent that you may hear. Believe me in mine honor, and have respect to mine honor, that you may believe. Censure me in your wisdom, and awake your senses, that you may the better judge. If there be any in this assembly, any dear friend of Caesar's, to him I say that Brutus's love to Caesar was no less than his. If then that friend demand why Brutus rose against Caesar, this is my answer. Not that I loved Caesar less, but that I loved Rome more. Had you rather that Caesar were living and die all slaves, than that Caesar were dead to live all free men, as Caesar loved me? I weep for him. As he was fortunate, I rejoice. And as he was valiant, I honor him. But as he was ambitious, I slew him. There was tears for his love, joy for his fortune, honor, for his valor, and death for his ambition. Who is here so base that would be a bondman? If any speak for him, have I offended? Who is here so rude that would not be a Roman? If any speak for him, have I offended? Who is here so vile that would not love his country? If any speak for him, have I offended? I pause for a reply.
None.
Then none have I offended. I have done no more to Caesar than you shall do to Brutus. And here comes his body, mourned by Mark Antony, who, though he had no hand in Caesar's death, shall receive the full benefit of his dying, a place in the commonwealth, as of which of you shall not? With this, I depart, that as I slew my best lover for the good of Rome, I have that same dagger for myself, when it shall please my country to need my death.
Track home in his house.
You have a statue with his ancestors. Let him be Caesar. Caesar's Bonaparte shall be crowned in Brutus.
My countrymen!
Peace. Silence.
Good countrymen, let me depart alone, and for my sake, stay here with Antony. Do grace to Caesar's corpse, and grace his speech tending to Caesar's glories, which Mark Antony, by our permission, is allowed to make.
Stay.
I do entreat you, and not a man depart, save I alone, till Antony have spoke.
Stay. Let's hear Mark Antony.
Caesar was an iron. Nay, that's certain. We're blessed that Rome is rich.
You gentle Romans, friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears. I come to bury Caesar, not to praise him. The evil that men do lives after them. The good is oft interred with their bones. So let it be with Caesar. The noble Brutus hath told you Caesar was ambitious. If it were so, it were a grievous fault. And grievously hath Caesar answered it. Here, under leave of Brutus and the rest. But Brutus is an honorable man. So are they all honorable men. Come I to speak at Caesar's funeral. He was my friend, faithful, and just to me. But Brutus says he was ambitious, and Brutus is an honorable man. Caesar hath brought many captives home to Rome, whose ransoms did the general coffers fill. Did this in Caesar seem ambitious? With that the poor hath cried, Caesar hath wept. Ambition should be made of sterner stuff. But Brutus says he was ambitious, and Brutus is an honorable man. I thrice presented him a kingly crown, which he did thrice refuse. Was this ambition? But Brutus says he was ambitious. And sure, he is an honorable man. I speak not to disprove what Brutus spoke, but here I am to speak what I do know. You all did love him once, not without cause. What cause, then, withholds you to mourn for him? Oh, judgment thou art like a Brutus beast, and men have lost their reason. Bear with me. My heart is in the coffin there with Caesar. And I must pause to let it come back to me.
You think there's much reasoning in your saying?
Thou consider rightly of the matter? Caesar has had great wrong.
Has he, masters? I fear there will a worse come in his place. Mark ye his words, he would not take the crown. Therefore 'tis certain he was not ambitious.
If he found so, some will jeer by it.
Poor soul, his eyes are as fire with weeping.
There's not a nobler man in Rome than Antony. No, mark him, we again begin to speak.
But yesterday, the word of Caesar might have stood against the world. Now lies he there, and none so poor to do him reverence. O masters, if I were disposed to stir your hearts and minds to mutiny and rage, I would do Brutus wrong, and Cassius wrong, who, you all know, are honorable men. No, I will not do them wrong. Rather, I choose to wrong the dead, to wrong myself and you, than I will wrong such honorable men. But here's a parchment with the seal of Caesar, found in his closet. 'Tis his will. Let but the commons hear this testament, which, pardon me, I do not mean to read. And they would go and kiss dead Caesar's wounds and dip their napkins in his sacred blood.
We'll hear the will. Read it, Mark Antony.
Gentle friends, I must not read it. It is not meet you know how Caesar loved you. You are not wood, you are not stones, but men. And being men, bearing the will of Caesar, it will inflame you. It will make you mad. 'Tis good you know not that you are his heirs. For if you should, oh, what would become of it?
Read the will. We'll hear it, Antony. You shall give us the will for his will.
Patience! Will you stay a while? I will shod myself to tell you of it. I fear I wrong the honorable men whose daggers have stabbed Caesar. I do fear it.
They were traitors, honorable men.
They were villains, murderers. The will, read the will.
You will compel me then to read the will. And make a ring about the corpse of Caesar. Let me show you him that made the will. Shall I descend? And will you give me leave?
Sit.
Room for Antony, most noble Antony.
If you have tears, prepare to shed them now. You all do know this mantle. I remember the first time Caesar ever put it on. It was a summer's evening in his tent. Look, in this place ran Cassius's dagger through. See what a rent the envious Casca made. Through this, the well-beloved Brutus stabbed. And as he plucked his cursed steel away, mark how the blood of Caesar followed it. For Brutus, as you know, was Caesar's angel. Judge, oh you gods, how dearly Caesar loved him. This was the most unkindest cut of all. When Caesar saw him stab, ingratitude, more strong than traitor's arms, quite vanquished him, and burst his mighty heart. And great Caesar fell. Oh, what a fall there was, my countrymen! Then I, and you, and all of us fell down whilst bloody treason flourished over us. Oh, now you weep, and I perceive you feel the dint of pity. Kind souls, what weep you when you but behold our Caesar's vesture wounded? Look you here! Here is himself, marred, as you see, with traitors.
Oh, pitying spectacle!
Oh, noble Caesar!
A woeful day! Oh, traitors, villains!
A most bloody sight!
We will be revenged!
Good friends, sweet friends, let me not stir you up to such a sudden flood of mutiny. They that have done this deed are honorable. What private griefs they have, alas, I know not that made them do it. They are wise and honorable and will no doubt with reasons answer you. I come not, friends, to steal your hearts away. I am no orator, as Brutus is, but as you know me, a plain, blunt man that did love my friend, and that they know full well that gave me public leave to speak of him. For I have neither weight, nor words, nor worth, action, nor utterance, nor the power of speech to stir men's blood. I only speak right on. I tell you that which you yourselves too know. Show you sweet Caesar's wounds. Pour them mouths, and bid them speak of me. But were I Brutus Antony, there were an Antony that would ruffle up your spirits and put a tongue in every wound of Caesar that would move the stones of Rome to rise and mutiny! Stay, countrymen! And hear me speak!
Peace, here Antony.
My friends, you go to do you know not what. Wherein hath Caesar thus deserved your loves? Alas, you know not. Let me tell you then. You forgot the will I've spoken of. Here's the will. And under Caesar's seal, to every Roman citizen he gives. To every several man, 75 drachmas. Here was a Caesar! When comes such another?
Never!
Now let it work. Mischief, thou art afoot. Take thou what course thou wilt.
Sir, Octavius is already come to Rome.
Where is he?
He and Lepidus are at Caesar's house. I heard him say, Brutus and Cassius are rid like madmen through the gates of Rome.
Feel like they had some notice to the people. Oh, I had moved them. Bring me to Octavius.
All right, it's a hell. Champagne, cocaine, gasoline, and most things in between. I rode the city in a shopping cart, the bank accounts in a stock car. This night is cheap. Prince Howard turning up, saying he's a riding life as I did a train ride.
Don't bring me with a good time!
I dreamt tonight that I did feast with Caesar. And
methinks unlucky to charge my fantasy. I have no will to wander forth of doors. Something leads me forth.
What is your name?
Whither are you going?
Pretty well. Are you a married man or a bachelor?
Answer every man directly.
I, briefly.
I, and wisely. I am truly your best.
What is my name? Whither am I going? Where do I go? Am I a married man or a bachelor? Well, to answer every man directly, briefly, wisely, and truly, wisely, I say I'm a bachelor.
That's as much as to say. They're fools that marry. You'll bear me a pain for that, I fear. Proceed. Directly.
Directly, I'm going to Caesar's funeral.
As a friend or an enemy?
As a friend!
That matters. Answer directly.
For your dwelling, briefly.
Briefly, I dwell by the Capitol.
Your name, sir? Truly?
Truly, my name is Cinna.
Candidates in Caesar's funeral!
Cinna the poet! Not Cinna the
How long would it take me to walk across the United States all alone? The West Coast has been traumatized, and I think I'm the only one still alive. And how long would it take me to walk across the United States all alone? The West Coast has been traumatized, and I think I'm the only one still alive.
These many things shall die. Their names are pricked.
Your brother too must die. Consent you, Lepidus?
I do consent.
Bring him down, Antony.
Upon condition, Publius shall not live. Who is your sister's son, Mark Antony?
He shall not live. Look, with a spot I damn him. But, Lepidus, go you to Caesar's house. Fetch the will hither. We shall determine how to cut some charge and legacies.
What shall I find you? Here?
Or here or at the Capitol.
This is a slight, unmeritable man. Meet to be sent on errands. Is it fit the threefold world divided he should stand one of the three to share it?
So you thought him, and took his voice who should be pricked to die in our black sentence and proscription.
Octavius, I have seen more days than you. Though we lay these honors on this man to ease ourselves of divers slanders blows, he shall but bear them as an ass bears gold. To groan and sweat under the business, either led or driven, as we point the way. And having brought our treasure where we will, then take we down his load and turn him off, like to the empty ass, to shake his ears and graze in the commons.
You may do your will, but he is a tried and valiant soldier.
So is my horse, Octavius. And for that, I do appoint him store of provender. It is a creature that I teach to fight, to wind, to stop, to run directly on. Its corporal motion governed by my spirit. Some taste is Lepidus, but so he must be taught and trained and bid go forth. Do not talk of him, but his property. And now, Octavius, listen, great things. Brutus and Cassius are levying powers. We must then straight make head. Therefore, let our alliance be combined, our best friends made, our means stretched. And let us presently go sit in council. Our covert matters may be best disclosed, and open perils surest answered.
Let us do so, for we are at the stake and made about with many enemies. And some that smile have in their hearts, I fear, millions of mischiefs.
Well, sure as plans come, I know that they end. And if I'm here when that happens, you can promise me this, my friend. I just don't need none on that Mad Max. Well, we move to the left and we move to the right. And sure as hell we get it almost every single night. But if the party's over, if the fun has to end, could you do this for me, my friend? Would you just pay? Better than women. Better than women.
But now, Lucilius. Is Cassius near?
He is at hand, and Pandarus has come to do salutation from his master.
He greets me well. Your master, Pandarus, in his own change or by ill officers, hath given me worthy cause to wish things done. Undone. But, if he be at hand, I shall be satisfied.
I do not doubt but that my noble master will appear such as he is, full of regard and honor.
He is not doubted. A word, Lucilius. How he did receive you, let me be resolved.
With courtesy and with respect enough, but not such familiar instances, nor such free and friendly conferences as you propose.
Thou hast described a hot friend cooling. Comes his army on.
They mean this night in Sardis to be quartered. The greater part, the horse in general, are coming captives.
Hark! He is arrived.
Most noble brother, you have done me wrong.
Judge me, you gods, a wrong I mine enemies? And if not so, how should I wrong a brother?
Brutus, the sober form of yours hides wrongs. And when you do that...
Cassius! Be content. Speak your grief softly. I do know you well. Before the eyes of both our armies here, which should perceive nothing but love between us. Let us not wrangle. Let them move away, and then Cassius, and larger griefs, and I will give you audience.
Pandarus, bid our commanders leave their charges a little off from these grounds.
Lucilius, do you the like, and let no man come till we have done our conference.
You have wronged me. Don't hear this. You have condemned and noted Lucius Pella for taking bribes from the Sardians. Were in my letters praying on his side because I knew the man were slighted off.
You wronged yourself to write in such a case.
In such a time as this, it is not meet that every night's offense should bear his comment.
Let me tell you, Cassius, you yourself are much condemned to have an itching palm.
I am itching palm. Oh, you know that you are Brutus that speak this. Or by the gods, this speech will else your last.
Remember March. The eyes of March. Remember. Did not great Julius bleed for justice' sake? What villain touched his body that did stab? And not for justice. What? Shall one of us have struck the foremost man in all the world but for supporting robbers? Shall we now contaminate our fingers with base bribes and sell the mighty space of our large honors for as much as trash as may be grasped thus? I'd rather be a dog and bathe the moon than such a robe.
Brutus, bay not me. I'll not endure it. And you forget yourself to hedge me in. I'm a soldier. I older in practice and abler than yourself to make conditions.
Go to, you are not, Cassius.
I am!
I say you are not.
So urge me no further, or I shall forget myself. Will have mind upon your health. Tempt me no further.
Away, slight man!
Is it possible?
Hear me. For I will speak. Must I give way and room to your rash choler? Shall I be frightened when a madman stares?
Oh, ye gods! Ye gods! Must I endure all this?
All this! I! More! Fret till your proud heart break. Go show your slaves how choleric you are, and make your bondmen tremble. Must I budge? Must I observe you? Must I stand and crouch under your testy humor? By the gods, you shall digest the venom of your spleen, though it do split you. For from this day forth, I'll use you for my mirth, ye my laughter, when you are waspish.
This?
You say you are a better soldier. Let it appear so, and make your vaunting true, and it shall please me well for my own part. I shall be glad to learn of noble Ned.
Wrong me every way! You wronged me, Brutus! I said an elder soldier, not a better. Did I say better?
Did I care not?
When Caesar lived, he durst not so have moved
No,
me.
peace, you durst not so have tempted.
I durst not.
No!
You do not presume too much upon my love. No, I may do that. I shall be sorry.
You have done that you should be sorry for! There is no terror, Cassius, in your threats. For I am armed, so strong in honesty that they pass me by as the idle wind, which I respect not. I did send to you for certain sums of gold, which you denied me. For I can raise no money by vile means. By heaven, I had rather coin my heart and drop my blood for drachmas than to wring from the hard hands of peasants their vile but trash by any indirection. I did send to you for gold to pay my allegiance, which you denied me. Was that done, my Cassius? Should I have answered Caius Cassius so? When Marcus Brutus grows so covetous to lock such rascal counters from his friends, and be ready, gods, with all your thunderbolts, dash him to pieces!
I did not.
You did!
I did not! He was a fool that brought my answer back. Brutus thrived in my heart. A friend should bear his friend's infirmities, but Brutus makes mine greater than they are.
I do not, till you practice them on me.
You love me not.
I do not like your faults.
Well, a friendly eye could never see such faults.
Flatterers would not. though they do appear as huge as high Olympus.
Come, Antony, and young Octavius, come, revenge yourselves alone on Cassius. For Cassius is a weary of the world, hated by what he loves, braved by his brother, checked like a bondsman, all his faults observed, set in a notebook, learned and gone by rote, to cast into my teeth. Oh, I could weep my spirit from my eyes. Here is my dagger, and here my naked breast, within a heart. If thou beest a Roman, take it forth. I that denied thee gold will give my heart. Strike as thou didst at Caesar. For I know when thou didst hate him worse, thou lovest him better than thou ever loved Cassius.
Sheathe your dagger. Be angry when you will. It shall escape. Cassius, you are yoked with the land that carries anger as the flame bears fire, who, much enforced, shows a hasty spark, and straight is cold again.
Cassius lived to be but mirth and laughter to his Brutus. When grief and blood ill temper vexeth him.
When I spoke that, I was ill-tempered too.
Do you confess the much? Give me your hand. And my heart, too. Oh, Brutus.
What's the matter?
Have you not love enough to bear with me when that rash humor which my mother gave me makes me forgetful?
Yes, Cassius. And from henceforth, when you are over earnest with your Brutus, you will think your mother chides, and leave you so. Lucilius and Titinius, bid the commanders prepare to lodge their companies tonight.
And come yourselves, and bring Masala with you immediately to us.
Lucius, a bowl of wine.
I do not think you could have been so angry.
O Cassius, I am sick of many griefs. No man bears sorrow better. Portia is dead.
Portia.
She is dead.
escaped, I killed him, but I crossed him so. Oh, insupportable and touching loss. Upon what sickness?
Impatient of my absence, in grief, and young Octavius with Mark Antony have made themselves so strong. This she felt distract, and her attendants absent, swallowed fire.
And died so.
And so,
Oh, ye immortal gods.
speak no more of her. Give me a bowl of wine. In this, I bury all unkindness, Cassius.
My heart is thirsty for that noble pledge. Fill, Lucius, to the wine and swell the cup. I cannot drink too much of Brutus's love.
Quintinius. Welcome, Gunasala. Now, to be close about this taper here and call in question our necessities.
Portia, art thou gone?
No more! I pray you. Masala, I have here received letters that young Octavius and Mark Antony come down upon us with a mighty power, abetting their expedition toward Philippi.
Myself have letters of the self-same tenor.
With what addition?
That, by prescription and bills of Atulari, Octavius, Antony, and Lepidus have put to death 100 senators. I do your letters from your wife, my lord.
No, Masala.
Nor nothing in your letters writ of her.
Nothing. Masala.
That, methinks, is strange.
Why ask you? Here you ought her in yours?
No, my lord.
Now as you are a Roman, tell me true!
Then like a Roman bear the truth I tell. For certain she is dead, and by strange manner.
Farewell, Portia. We must die, Masala. With meditating that she must die once, I have the patience to endure it.
Even so, great men, great losses should endure.
I have as much of this in art as you. Yet
Well-
in my nature I cannot bear it so.
To our work, alive. What do you think of marching to Philippi presently?
I do not think it good,
Your reason?
but this is it. It is better that the enemy seek us. So shall he waste his means, weary his soldiers, doing himself offense, whilst we, lying still, are full of rest, defense, and nimbleness.
Good reasons must, of force, give place to better. The people twixt Philippi and this ground do stand but in a forced affection. The enemy are marching along by them. By them shall make a fuller number up, come on refreshed, new added, and encouraged. From which advantage shall we cut him off, if at Philippi we do face him there, these people at our backs?
Hear me, good brother.
Under your pardon, you must note, beside, that we have tried the utmost of our friends, our legions, are brimful, our cause is ripe, and the enemy increaseth every day. We, at the height, are ready to decline. There is a tide in the affairs of men, which, taking at the flood, leads on to fortune. Omitted, all the voyages of their lives are bound in shallows and in miseries. On such a full sea are we now afloat, and we must take the current when it serves, or lose our ventures.
Then, if you will, go on. We'll along ourselves and meet them at Philippi.
The eve of night has crept upon our talk. There is no more to say.
No more. Early tomorrow we will rise. Hence. Oh, my dear brother. This was an ill beginning of the night. There will never come such division between our souls. Let it not, Brutus.
Everything is well.
Good night, my lord.
Good night. Good brother. Where's thy instrument?
Here, in the tent.
What? Thou speakest drowsily. Poor knave, I blame thee not. Thou art overwatched. Bear with me, a good boy. I am much forgetful. Canst thou hold open thy heavy eyes a while and touch thy instrument a strain or two?
I remember, and she pleases me.
It does, my boy. I trouble thee too much, but thou art willing.
It is my duty, sir.
I shall not urge thy duty past thy might. I know young bloods look for a time of rest.
I've slept, my lord, already.
It was well done. And thou shalt sleep again. I shall not hold thee long. If I do live, I will be good to thee.
Somebody catch my breath. I
gentle knave. Now, I shall not do thee so much wrong to wake thee. How ill this taper burns.
I love the name of honor more than I fear death.
I love the name of honor more than I fear death.
The fault, dear Brutus, is not in our stars, but in ourselves, that we are underlings, human on and honest Casca. We have the folly, sickness. Think of the world,
Think of the world.
Think of the world.
the work we have in hand, most bloody, fiery, and most terrible.
It must be by his death.
It must be by his death.
Kill him in the shell.
Kill him in the shell.
Brutus, thou sleepst. Awake and see thyself.
I have not slept.
I have not slept. I have not slept. I have not slept.
I have not slept.
I have not slept.
I have not slept.
I have not slept.
Between the acting of a dreadful thing
And the first motion, all the interim is like a phantasma or a hideous dream.
Like a phantasm. Or a hideous dream.
Our course will seem too bloody, Caius Cassius.
Of course will seem too bloody, Caius Cassius.
And for Mark Antony, think not of him.
And for Mark Antony, think not of him.
Oh, ye gods, render me worthy of this noble life.
Oh, ye gods, render me worthy of this noble life.
Cowards die many times before their death. The valiant only taste of death but once.
so near will I be.
That your best friend shall wish I had been farther.
Oh, pardon me, thou bleeding piece of earth.
Let's slip the dogs of war! Not that I love Caesar less, but that I loved Rome more. Not that I love Caesar less, but that I loved Rome more. Not that I love Caesar less, but that I loved Rome more.
Not that I loved Caesar less, but that I loved Rome more.
Yet Brutus says he was ambitious, and sure, he is an honorable man. Yet Brutus says he was ambitious, and sure, he is an honorable man. Remember March. The Ides of March, remember. I should be glad to look at no man. I think that I shall be sorry for it. Oh, Brutus has arrived in my heart. Strike, as thou didst at Caesar. For I know, when thou didst hate him worse, thou lovest him better than thou ever loved Cassius.
Who comes here? I think it is the weakness of my mind that shapes this monstrous apparition. It comes upon me. Art thou anything? Art thou some god, or some angel, or some devil that makes my blood cold and my hair to stare? Speak to me what thou art!
Thy evil spirit, Brutus,
Why comest thou?
to tell thee you shall see me at Philippi.
Well, I shall see thee again.
are answered. You said that the enemy would not come down, but keep the hills and upper regions. It proves not so. Their battles are in hand. They mean to warn us at Philippi here, answering before we do demand of them.
Tut! I'm in their bosoms, and I know wherefore they do it. They could be content to visit other places, and come down with fearful bravery, thinking by this space to fasten in our thoughts that they have courage. But 'tis not so.
Prepare you, Antony. The enemy comes on in gallant show. Their bloody sign of battle is hung out, and something to be done immediately.
Octavius, lead your battle softly on, upon the left hand of the even field.
Upon the right hand, I. Keep thou the left.
Why do you cross me in this exigent?
I do not cross you, but I will do so. Mark Antony, shall we give sign of battle?
No, Caesar, we will go on their charge. Make forth. The general would have some words.
Stir not till the signal.
Words before blows. Is that so, countrymen?
Not that we love words better, as you do.
Good words are better than bad strokes, Octavius.
And your bad strokes, Brutus. You give good words. Witness the hole you made in Caesar's heart, crying, "Long live, hail Caesar!" when your vile daggers hacked one another in the sides of Caesar. You showed your teeth like apes, and fawned like hounds, and bowed like bondmen kissing Caesar's feet, whilst damned Casco like a cur behind struck Caesar on the neck.
Oh, now, Brutus, thank yourself. This tongue had not so offended today if Cassius might have ruled.
Come! The cause! If arguing make us sweat, then the proof of it will turn to red or drops. Look, Hydra, a sword against conspirators! Then the sword goes up again. Never till Caesar's 330 wounds have been well avenged. Till another Caesar had it slaughtered to the sword of traitors.
O Caesar, thou couldst not die by traitors' hands, unless thou bringst them with thee.
So I hope. I was not born to die on Brutus's sword.
Oh, if thou wert the noblest of thy strain, young man, thou couldst not die more honorable.
A peevish schoolboy, worthless of such honors, joined with a master and a reveler.
Old Cassius still.
Come, Antony. Away. Defiance, traitors! Hurl we in your teeth. If you dare fight today, come to the field. If not, when you have stomachs.
Why now? Blow wind, swell billow, and swim bark. The storm is up, and all is on the hazard.
Julius, hark, a word.
My lord.
Messala!
What says my general?
Messala. This is my birthday. As this very day is Cassius born. Give me thy hand, Messala. Be thou my witness that against my will am I compelled to set upon one battle all our liberties. Coming from Sardis, on her former ensign, the two mighty eagles fell. And there they perched, gorging and feeding from our soldiers' hands. This morning, they fled away. And gone. And in their steads do ravens and crows and kites fly over our heads and downward look on us as we were sickly prey. Their shadows seem a canopy, most fatal, under which our army lies, ready to give up the ghost.
Believe not so.
I but believe it partly, for I am fresh of spirit and resolved to meet all perils very constantly. Most noble Brutus, if we do lose this battle, then is this the very last time we shall speak together? What are you then determined to be? Well, if we lose this battle, you are contented to be led in triumph through the streets of Rome.
No. Cassius, no. Think not, thou noble Roman, that ever Brutus shall go bound to Rome. He bears too great a mind. But the same day must end that work the Ides of March begun. And whether we shall meet again, I know not. Therefore, our everlasting farewell take. Forever and forever. Farewell, Cassius. If we do meet again, why, we shall smile. If not, this party must well meet. Forever and forever. Farewell, Brutus. If we can meet again, smile indeed. If not, 'tis true. This parting was well made. That a man might know the end of this day's business ere it comes. But it sufficeth that the day will end, and then the end is known. Ha!
Yeah!
myself after mine own turned enemy.
Oh, Cassius, Brutus gave the word too early, who having some advantage on Octavius, took it too eagerly. His soldiers fell to spoil, whilst we by Antony are all enclosed. Fly for the rock, my lord! Fly for the rock! Mark Antony is in your tents, my lord!
Titinius, if thou lovest me, mount thou my horse and hide thy spurs in him, till he hath brought thee up to yon troops, and here again. And that I may rest assured whether yon troops are friend or enemy.
I will be here again, even with a thought.
Go, ye dogs, now get higher up on that hill. My sight was ever fixed. But regard to Titinius, and tell me what thou noticed about the field. This day, I breathed first. Time has come round. And where I did begin, there shall I end. My life has run its compass. Sirrah! What news?
Oh, my lord.
What news?
Titinius is enclosed round about with horsemen that make to him on the spur. Yet he spurs on. Now they're almost on him. Now, Titinius! He's taken.
Come down. Behold no more. Oh, coward that I am! To see my best friend taken before my face. Come hither, Sirrah. In Parthia, did I take thee prisoner? And then I swore thee, saving of thy life, that whatsoever I did bid thee do, thou shouldst attempt it. Come now. Keep thine oath. Now be a free man. And with this good sword that ran through Caesar's bowels, search this bosom. Stand not to answer. Here. Take out the hilt. For my face is covered. As 'tis now. Guide thou the sword. Oh! Caesar! Thou art revenged! Even with the sword that killed thee.
So I am free. Yet would not so have been. Durst I have done my will. O Cassius, far from this country Pandarus shall run, where never Roman shall take note of him.
It is but Octavius is overthrown by noble Brutus' power, as Cassius' legions are by Antony.
These tidings will comfort Cassius.
Is not that he that lies upon the ground?
He lies not like the living. Oh, my heart.
Is not that he?
No. This was Messala. But Cassius is no more. O setting sun, as in thy red rays thou dost sink tonight, so in his red blood Cassius' day is set. The sun of Rome is set. Our day is gone. Clouds, dews, and dangers come. Our deeds are done. Mistrust of my success hath done this.
Mistrust of good success hath done this deed.
What, Pandorus? Where art thou, Pandorus?
Seek him, Titius, whilst I go to meet the noble Brutus, thrusting this report into his ears. I may say thrusting it, for piercing steel and darts envenomed shall be as welcome to the ears of Brutus as tidings of the sight.
Hie you, Messala, and I will seek for Pandorus. Why didst thou send me forth, brave Cassius? Did I not meet thy friends? Did not they put on my brow this wreath of victory and bid me give it thee? Didst thou not hear their shouts? Alas, thou hast misconstrued everything! But hold thee. Take this garland upon thy brow. Thy Brutus bid me give it thee, and I will do his bidding. Brutus! Come apace, and see how I have retorted Caius Cassius! By your leave, gods. This is a Roman's part. Come, Cassius' sword, and fight Titinius' heart.
Where Messala doth his body lie?
Oh, plunder, and Titinius mourning it.
Titinius' face is upward.
He's slain.
O Julius Caesar, thou art mighty yet. Thy spirit walks abroad and turns our swords in our own proper entrails. Are yet two Romans living such as these? Alas, of all the Romans, fare thee well. It is impossible that of the Roman should breed thy fellow. tears to this dead man, and you shall see me pay. I shall find time, Cassius. I shall find time. Let us to the field. Set our battles on. 'Tis 3 o'clock, and Romans, yet ere night. We shall try fortune in a second fight.
Neither thou diest.
Only I yield to die. Kill Brutus and be honored in his death.
We must not. A most noble prisoner. Here comes the general. Brutus is taken. Brutus is taken, my lord. Where is he?
Safe, Antony. Brutus is safe enough. I dare assure thee that no enemy shall ever take alive the noble Brutus. The gods defend him from so great a shame. When you do find him, or alive or dead, he'll become like Brutus, like himself.
This is not Brutus' friend, but I assure you a prize no less in worth. Keep this man safe, give him all kindness. I'd rather have such men friends than enemies. Go on, and see whether Brutus be alive or dead. Bring word unto Octavius' tent how everything is chanced.
rest on this rock. The ghost of Caesar appeared to me several times by night on Sardis once in this last night. Here, in Philippi fields. I know my hour has come.
Not so, my lord.
Nay, I am sure it is. Thou seest the world, how it goes. Our enemies that beat us to the pit. It is more worthy to leap in ourselves than tarry till they push us. Our love of old. I prithee, hold thou the sword hilts, whilst I do run upon it.
That's not an office for a friend, my lord.
My heart doth joy. And yet, in all my life, I found no man but he. He was true to me. I shall have glory by this losing day, more than Octavius and Mark Antony by the vile conquest shall attain unto. So fare you well, Aeneas. For Brutus's tongue hath almost ended his life's history. Night hangs upon mine eyes, my bones with rest that hath but labored to attain this hour. I prithee, Lucius, stay thou by thy lord. Thou art a fellow of a good respect. Thy life hath had some smash of honor in it. Hold then the sword hilts whilst I do run on it. Wilt thou, Lucius?
Give me your hand first, my lord. Very well, my lord.
Farewell. Good Lucius. Caesar, now be still. I killed not thee with half so good a will.
What man is that?
My master's man. Lucius, where is thy master?
Free from the bondage you were in, Messala. The conquerors can make but a fire of him. For Brutus only overcame himself, and no man else hath honor by his death.
So Brutus should be cowed. I thank thee, Brutus, that that thou hast proved Lucilius' saying true.
All that served Brutus, I will entertain them. Fellow, wilt thou bestow thy time with me?
Messala will prefer me to you.
Do so, good Messala.
How died my master, Lucius? I hope the sword. Give it from London. Octavius, take him to follow thee. That is the latest service to my master.
According to his virtue, let us use him with all respect and rites of burial. In my tent his bones tonight shall lie. Just like a soldier, harder, honorably. So call the field to rest, and let's away depart the glories of this happy day.
This was the noblest Roman of them all. All the conspirators, save only he, did that they did in envy of great Caesar. He only, in a general honest thought and common good to all, made one of them. His life was gentle, and the elements so mixed in him that nature might stand up and say to all the world, this was a man.